All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shakwam Malak Yahushai. That is to say, Yahweh, being named the Heavenly Father, who the world will call God, and Yahweh Shai, being named his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. As you can see on your screen, you have this news outlet, about 4 days ago or so. I just got the news today. But you have talks in Israel right now of them trying to pass bills and legislation to outlaw the gospel, right? It says talk about Jesus in Israel. Now we're going to go into it. They this is kind of a shortened version. There's a check this one out from CBN News. There's a few different news outlets out there that's speaking on this. It's just, this is a real. It's not surprising to us. We're gonna go through the precepts, but at the same time, if these men are the real Israelites, right? And the Lord, we know the Lord came back for the Israelites. He's an Israelite himself from the tribe of Judah. Then why would these so-called Jews, right, so-called, why would they be trying to ban speech and anyone talking about Jesus Christ, so-called Jesus Christ, over in Israel? And we know these men, they roll behind closed doors. So if it actually passes in Israel, then chances are, this is the beginning of the famine of the word, in the four corners of the earth. So let's go into it.
Conservative Christian leaders are calling on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to stop a bill proposed by members of his coalition to make it criminal to tell people about Jesus in Israel. Our Jerusalem correspondent Daniel Cohen is live near Tel Aviv with more. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Allison. Good morning, everyone. A big story just before days before Palm Sunday, Good Friday, and Easter. Sacred time for Christians. Two ultra-Orthodox members of Prime Minister Netanyahu's coalition have introduced a bill that would punish believers for sharing the gospel of Jesus with prison time. United Torah Judaism Knesset members Moshe Gafni and Yaakov Asher introduced legislation last week making it illegal to share in conversation or produce content online, in print, or by mail. Their explanation of the bill emphasizes a warning to stop Christians in particular. The punishment, 1 year in prison or 2 years for sharing with someone under the age of 18. Joel Rosenberg is the host of the Rosenberg Report and editor-in-chief of All Israel News. He's also a Jewish follower of Jesus.
Obviously, Jewish people don't agree with Christians, evangelicals or others, about who Jesus is, right? We all know that there's a theological difference, but evangelical Christians and other Christians have been so supportive of Israel and the Jewish people. So to silence, to muzzle, and gag even Israelis.
And Slacky, and we know that these, if you didn't know, these men, they don't believe in the Lord, right? We know that, but we just had to put it out there too. Even as far as what do they deem as holy scriptures, they only get down with the Old Testament in part, because for the most part they just get down with what you have as the Torah, which is the Mosaic Law, and then they get into some other books that they like to get into. So they don't even really get down with the whole Bible. You understand? So it's like I said earlier, it's not really surprising, but at the same time, this is the start of the famine in the word. So I'm gonna finish this video up.
Like myself and others to say, you can't talk to another person about your faith and why you believe it. That is terrible. That is not freedom.
Although he doesn't agree theologically, Netanyahu has always been a strong friend of evangelicals, speaking at meetings and believing freedom of speech and freedom for Israel's small Christian community should be protected. Now, should this bill gain traction, it could spark a serious clash with the 60 million evangelicals in the United States and 600 million around the world. Gafni first introduced a ban on evangelism in 1999. It went nowhere. United Torah Judaism is in a stronger negotiating position now, though, since Netanyahu needs to keep the party in his coalition, or it could threaten Netanyahu's ability to remain in power.
They pretty much saying, if this man, Netanyahu, who is a so-called prime minister at the time over in Israel, if he doesn't kind of oblige and get down with this, then they're going to get him out of office. So this is a big deal. I mean, if you didn't think this is a big deal, this is a big deal. This ain't something light. That show you how much power these men have. Well, they ready to get a man out of office. Their prime minister, their leader. They'll get him out of office.
Allison, back to you.
Daniel Cohen, thank you so much.
All right, so like I said, we're going to get into some precepts on this. Let's kind of get into it. All right, let's pull this up. First and foremost, we're going to kick it off, right, with the book of 2nd Ezra. Because the Lord told us these things are going to happen, man. Actually, before we get that, let me go to the book of Acts. This isn't the first time where these men have come to us and told us that we can't teach in the name of Yahushua. Hey, we're going to teach in the name of Yahushua. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right? So this is the book of Acts, chapter 5. And if you didn't read this account pretty much is where Peter and the apostles, they were grabbed up and sent to prison. And the Lord sent angels to redeem them out of prison and told them to go out and continue to teach the word. They were told by men not to teach the word and not to speak in the name of Yahushua. All right, so I'm gonna jump down. Actually, give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna jump down. This is the book of Acts, chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 27. It says, I started 26. It says, then went the captain with the officers and brought them without violence, for they feared the people, lest they should have been stoned. And when they had brought them, they set them before the council, and the high priest asked them, saying, did not we straightly command you that ye should not teach in this name? Right? So they said, didn't we tell you that you couldn't teach in the name of Yahushua? Right? Because I'm going to jump up to verse 18 real quick. Verse 18, it says, and laid their hands on the apostles and put them in common prison. But the angel of the Lord by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said, go stand, speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life. Right? So the angel, right, came to them and redeemed them out of prison. Right? An ancient prison break. Not the show Prison Break. Not any of these movies and TV shows of these men sneaking out of prison. We're not talking about El Chapo with his underground damn tunnel to get out of prison. We're talking about the angels literally redeeming him out of prison. It's not the only time this happened. Right? It also took place in Acts the 16th chapter. Right? With the Apostle Paul. Jumping down to verse 28 again. It says, saying, did not we straightly command you that you should not teach in this name? Right? Because we know that through the name of Yahushua, there's power. All right? We're able to cast down demons. We're able to free ourselves from this damn affliction, both on a physical and spiritual level. It says, and behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. So he said, look, we doing what the Lord told us. Yahweh told us to speak in the name of his son, Yahushua, and that's what we're going to do. All right. But again, this is not something, this is prophetic. This is already laid to us that these things are going to come to pass in the last days. And we know the Most High, he's moving through the Spirit to open up more and more of these mysteries and prophecies. Right? It's the book of Daniel real quick, chapter 12, and I'm going to go to verse 8. Daniel 12 and 8. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? So this is how we know the end of the world. It says, and he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. Right? So the things that we want to show through the Spirit, and the Most High had closed these things. The prophets they wrote about them, but now in the last days, they're being unveiled, so to speak. So let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5. Right? If you're taking notes, you just want to take down notes on the famine of the word and what it is, we kicking it off right now. 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as coming, hold on, it should say as concerning, but as coming the tokens Behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. It's like, give me 1 second. Right, because I know my sword, if I'm not mistaken. Bear with me. Yeah, my it's kind of that's all right though. But I know in my apocrypha as concerning the tokens. But anyway, reading against from the top, 2 Ezra 5:1. It says, nevertheless, as come in the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Right, so the Lord said what? These tokens are signs. The Lord said, showing you these signs that we in the end of the world, showing you these mysteries that was sealed and closed up from Daniel to see, is that in the last days, the way of truth is going to be hidden, and the whole land is going to be without faith. And that's coming on the scene. Even the Lord, Yahweh Shai himself, right? Let's go to this in Luke 18. Even Yahweh Shai said it's going to happen. This is the book of Luke, chapter 18, and I'm going to go to verse 7. It says, and shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? And it's not going to be much faith, because we understand that faith coming by hearing, and hearing by the words of the Most High God. So if that's the case, we understand that men in the earth, they're not going to be able to hear the words of the Most High anymore. Because we just read that the way of truth in 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 1 is going to be hidden. How does that happen? It has to be some type of event like we looking about, where they're trying to outlaw teaching about the Lord. They're literally saying you cannot teach about the Lord. And we know that these Amalekites, these Jewish people, right? I'm gonna just say it. These men, they have major synagogues all throughout the United States. They have deep connections to the United States. So if you in U.S. right now hearing this, if you over in other U.S. owned islands, right? If you over in damn UK, hey, this gonna hit the world stage. If they are able to pass this bill, best believe it's gonna go in other parts of the world. And we know whether they pass it or not, it's gonna come to pass anyway, as far as us not being able to teach the word, because the Lord says so. Now, I'm going to read on. It says, but iniquity shall be increased, 2 Ezra 5:2, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. So it's going to be more and more evil and more niggardry in the earth. I mean, it's niggardry right now. And we the only ones standing up on the behalf of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So how much more when they remove the prophets from the streets? They tell us we can't teach out there. They got damn, your spot where you go teach at, you got police damn stationed up, and military trucks and vehicles and damn whatever else out there just stationed at your spot where you teach at. So you go spin the block and you let your leader know, whether it's your camp leader or you got an officer or whatever the case may be, let them know, look, I can't make it to camp. Like, why? Look, we can't go to camp today. They're right there at our spot. And then the Lord put on your spirit to kind of go to another spot. And to the point where, hey, we not going to be out there no more. And that's not in 30 years. Hate to break it to you. It's not in 50 more years. Are we looking at this being the closest ever to all hell breaking loose? Literally, as we speak, we getting tornadoes. As we speak, we got U.S. bombing Syria. Or these Iranians over in Syria. They're going to war right now. The Lord is preparing the kings of the East to go to war against America and Babylon the Great, to be destroyed, to be annihilated, to be exposed. We got Ukraine and Russia going to war right now. We got these pestilence damn breaking out every damn day. I mean, this doesn't look like something that's going to continue on for 50 more years. For you to see your grandchildren. That ain't it. that we went out today. Hey, the Lord, most high willing, is going to redeem us in a very short minute. Right? So let's jump down to verse 9. It says, and salt waters shall be found in the sweet. And right, what are waters? Right, waters, the Lord said the salt water is going to be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself unto a secret chamber. Right, so these salt waters is going to be found in the sweet is going into what? Wisdom and understanding. Wisdom is waters. And this fold right here, it'll be the sweet waters. But the Lord said instead of it being sweet, meaning you freely able to access it, even on a physical level, you can't actually drink salt water. It'll literally dehydrate your body. It'll be too much sodium overload in your body that'll cause literally your blood to your blood sugar, or it's like your the blood pressure to go high. Ain't free to pass out and die. There's people that literally is in coma from drinking saline water. Go look it up. So that can happen. So even on a physical level, you can't drink salt water, right? That's why you drink your Dairy Park. It doesn't have any salt in it. Even you can take water and boil it. It has a different if you have tap water, Lord willing, not just drinking that straight. But if that happened, that's all you got. You can kind of boil the water, right? You can boil the water. You got a Dairy Park, like I said, Polar Spring, Fiji, all these so-called spring waters that's out here, right? But they're not these salt waters. So the Lord said in these last days, that's going to be removed. You're no longer going to be able to freely get the wisdom and understanding, but instead it's going to be replaced with salt water, if you have ears to hear. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 15. Right, Sirach 15 and verse 3. Sirach chapter 15. Salaki, bear with me 1 second. All right. Salakia. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 3. It says, with the bread of understanding shall she feed him. Right, and this she is talking about wisdom. Right? Wisdom will meet you as a mother. Wisdom will meet you as a wife. Either way, you're going to either be joined or clothed to women. Or it's like to wisdom, right? As his woman. Continuing on. It says, with the bread of understanding shall she feed him and give him the water of wisdom to drink. Right? We all should want that water of wisdom to drink. Right? Freely hydrating us, if you have ears to hear. Water has electrolytes in it. This word, it moves you and electrifies your spirit. It quickens you. It brings you back to life. Right? This the book of Sirach, right? Chapter 1 and verse 19. It says, wisdom reigneth down skill and knowledge of understanding, standing and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast. That's what wisdom does. Right? It rains down on man that want to be built up and edified, that wants to be planted like a tree that's planted by rivers of living water, paraphrasing. You understand? So that's what the Most High does, right, for the elect. For those that's, Most High willing will endure in his truth. Just the book of Hosea, chapter 6 and verse 3. It says, then shall we know if we follow on to know the Lord. His going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come upon us, it's like unto us, as the rain. Right? So the Lord's going to come unto us as the rain, as the latter and former rain unto the earth. Right? Because Salakia, the Most High is literally the fountain of waters. It tell you that in Jeremiah. Let's go to that. I believe it's Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters. And this living water is the word. So the Most High is that fountain. If you were to abide by this fountain, water will freely be dispersed from this fountain. If you follow the commandments of the Most High, you'll freely be fed and nourished, right? And drink of this water forever and ever. It says, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. And that's the equivalent of that salt water in 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 9. Right? Something that can hold no water. Right? These philosophies and doctrines of man. That's going to be the only thing that's going to be found in the earth in a short time. Wisdom and understanding is going to hide itself. It's going to go back into its secret chamber. 2 Ezra 5 and 10. It says, and shall be sought of many, right? Many men, and we're not talking about 50 Cent, but many men in the earth that will be running to and fro to get this wisdom understanding. But guess what? The Most High is going to hide it. It says, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. And that word incontinency meaning what? Evil. The Lord said unrighteousness and incontinency is going to be multiplied. It's going to continue to grow on this earth. More evil until more man freaks off and destroys each other. Ultimately until they're destroyed by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's get another precept. The 2 Ezra chapter 6. And I want to start at verse 24. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Right? All hell going to be breaking loose. And they're not just going to be throwing hands in that day or slap boxing and being recorded and put on damn World Star or whatever damn apps is out there that people be using to record these videos. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever else. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. It says the springs of fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So what is that saying? We know 3 is the number of completion. So for 3 hours for this springs of fountains not to run, meaning the Lord is going to take away the wisdom and understanding off the earth for a season. Right? Not literally 3 hours, but nevertheless for a time period, a complete amount of time until the rest of iniquity reaches its end to damn destruction kicks off in the earth. All right. Let's go to the book. And it's not the first time this has happened either. The Most High has had this happen before, but we know this is the last and final time for this to happen. Right? It's 1 Samuel chapter 3 and verse 1. And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli, and the word of the Lord was precious in those days. Right? So the word was precious in that time when Samuel was a child. And guess what? In these last days, the word is going to be precious, even much more rare than ever before. That's why you got to stock up on his wisdom and understanding now. It says there was no open vision. The Lord said in the book of Isaiah, let's go to that real quick. Actually, I'm going to go to this in Proverbs. That's what the Lord said this. This Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 23. It says, buy the truth and sell it not. Right? So when you get it, you got to hold on to it and don't let it go. And don't damn sell it and cast it away and go back in the world. Because in those days, you're going to remember those precepts. Or you're going to think about, damn, I should have been serving the Most High. Look, this is and this. And the Most High is going to remove that understanding from the earth. And whatever you got is what you got. Whatever you don't have, you don't have. And it is what it is. It says also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Right. Let's go to the book of, it's like another precept. It's of Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Right. The book of Psalm, chapter 74 and verse number 9. It says, I started 8. They said in their hearts, let us destroy them together. And that's what men like this ultimately want to do. Let's pull this man. Where's he at? That's what these men like this, right? Damn Nyanwe or whatever his name is. That man. That's what men like these damn children. I'm gonna use my words, wisely. But damn children handlers. If you have ears to hear, these children handlers. That's what men like this, that's what they like to get down with. All right. These men, they want to destroy us, and they want to destroy the temple, as they've done in time past, except this third time won't be a physical temple, but will nevertheless be the children of Israel. This third abomination of desolation. It says, let us destroy them together. They have burned up all the synagogues of God in the land. So they're going to come about and try to destroy us. And they may actually, even on a spiritual level, or some of the schools and the buildings that we teach at, hey, they're going to destroy that too. They're going to burn it up too on a spiritual level. By what? By not allowing us to be able to teach the word no more. And they're trying to ban the damn Bible over in California. Trying to pass legislation. It says, we see not our signs. In those days, right, the average man in his world, they're not going to be able to see the average Israelite, I should say, one that's not in the truth. They're not going to be able to see those signs. They're not going to know what's going to happen next. They're just going to be caught out there with the pants below the damn ankles on a spiritual level, just damn out there, because you wasn't following the commandments. You wasn't trusting in the Most High. They worried about the things of the world, and Lord willing, that's not you. There's going to come a time on this earth where you're just going to be caught out there, exposed and damn naked and afraid and just out there. And I'm not talking about on a physical level. It says, there is no more any prophet, neither is there among us any that knoweth how long. And no one's going to know how long it's going to be. This thing may go on for 10 years. Jacob's trouble may go on for damn 20 years if the Most High wanted it to be. It could be a few months. It could be a few days. It's all in the will of the Most High. Now, we know prophecies say, for the elect's sake, right, the days going to be shortened. Let's go to that in St. Matthew. So we at least got that understanding. This the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, and I'm going to go to verse, Salakia. I want 22. I'll start at 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So we know, it should be a shortened amount of time. We don't know how long that is. But nevertheless, the Most High said it's going to be a shortened amount of time. All right? So that's not to say that, you kind of, whatever you think in your heart, we want to kind of make sure that you're getting yourself right now. All right? And it's the book of Ezekiel. I'm going to end it off with this. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse number 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Where there's no peace coming on earth. These wars and rumors of wars, they're only going to get louder and louder until they're no longer rumors, but instead they're at the door. Instead, America's getting bombed. Instead, the damn UN is getting jammed up and NATO is being dispersed. It says, mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients. Right, so they're going to seek a vision. Hey, brother, what was you saying that one time? Nah, them brothers not going to be out there anymore. You had your opportunity in your moment. We out there every Shabbat, Friday nights, and every, on Saturday at 2, right? Still a Shabbat. So we out there Shabbat to sundown, every Friday to every Saturday night. And brothers do, overtime camps as well. And there's other various camps and congregations as well. So nevertheless, you had ample opportunity to come back to the Most High. You got YouTube, you got TikTok, you got damn Twitter, Instagram, World Star, like I said earlier, wherever else. I don't know if people use that anymore, but wherever else. You got this word going out freely, and you choose to deny it, and that's on your own loss. All right? The Most High said all wisdom and understanding, right, is freely given right now. I might close it out with this. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, Shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And knowledge is being increased. You got this opportunity right now. That's the time where we're at right now, where knowledge is being increased. But instead, we know it's about to be shut. We know this word is about to be sealed. Right? It's about to be closed up and sealed. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29. And I'm going to go to verse 11. In the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that has learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. So you don't want to be out there like that. I mean, that's a sad day. We're like, oh my goodness, what the hell is going on? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the Lord said. And you scratching your head, you pull out your beard, and you damn do things that's unlawful so you can survive. Eating damn pork. So the Lord must have sent this to us. You didn't know. Just going off your own spirit. So the Most High says he's about to blind and close a lot of these visions and understanding in the earth. Shutting down a YouTube channel. Stopping us from teaching on the highways and byways. And he's calling the elect back home, right? And if the elect doesn't, well, I'll say if the rest of Israel, once the elect is sealed, the rest of Israel, I mean, it is what it is. Either you're going to be in this thing or you're not in this thing. And them doors and gates are going to be closed. And wisdom and knowledge shall be ceased from the earth. So with that, Lord willing, you was edified. Most are willing to stay in the spirit. And continue to endure and watch for these prophecies that's coming to pass at a sporadic rate. Right? So with that, on be the strong Shalom. Kwame Yasharala. Shalom.